Hello everybody, my name is Arashi, your coach of the Groningen Noctowls, bringing you guys the draft analysis for the TTM Summer Showdown, where I will be competing in. So in this video I will show you guys the team that I drafted, I will show you guys the first opponents in the first round. And for you guys who don't know, the TTM Summer Showdown is like a first round in a pool with 3 other people. The best 2 coaches will go through the second round, which is also a pool phase with 4 coaches in each pool. And from those, I think also 2 coaches will go on to the brackets. Then you have like the 3rd round of the brackets, then the 4th round, and then you get into like the last 32 coaches, etc. So in this draft analysis, I will show you guys the team that I drafted, my opponents for the first round, and then in the course of next week I will hopefully bring you guys the matches from round 1, and hopefully after that I can show you guys round 2 and forward, and we can actually get far in this competition, because I never got further than the first round, so I would really love to reach the second round. But that's all for the future. Let's first go and check out my team. Now you could already see my team on the screen while I was talking, but I will still go through my team and the reason why I draft the team that it is. So if we go here, we can actually see that my first pick was Mega Pinsir. Now I think I wanted to draft Mega Lopunny first, but I think it got picked already. So I went for the second best thing, and that is Mega Pinsir, because I've used Mega Pinsir before. It's a really hard hitting mon, very offensive, and as you guys know, I'm a very offensive coach, so I thought, you know what, let's use Mega Pinsir again, because I like Mega Pinsir. It's in my top 5 favorite Megas to use in Draft League format, and it really works well with the playstyle that I like to play in competitive Pokemon. And up next, it's Diggersby, and I really began to appreciate Diggersby. I've used it in the MPL for the first time ever, and I really love that mon now. I really love the, you know, again, it's a hard-hitting mon, Diggersby, with huge power, and you can put a Choice Scarf on there to outsmart your opponents. You can put a Choice Bandit on there to really hit hard. You could also, you know, experiment with like Life Orb, so you have more options in terms of choosing your moves. But Diggersby is such an amazing mon, and in the beginning I was like, Diggersby, I am really bit iffy on that mon, but actually using it, it's a very good Pokemon to use in the Draft League format. And if you ever get the opportunity to use Diggersby, I would highly suggest you do that, because it's a mon that really doesn't take much effort to build, because as I said before, it really does only one thing best, and that is hard hit offensive on your opponent's side. And it's an amazing mon, and a ground type is always good to have in a team, especially with the TTM Summer Showdown being a 8-team Pokemon draft competition, so you have 8 Pokemon to use from. A Pokemon like Diggersby actually works very well in any team. Up next, of course, I have to draft my baby Torkoal. Torkoal is here, and with Torkoal I also immediately drafted Venusaur with Chlorophyll, so we also have like a grass type together with the poison typing that can really do some work with the sun. And yeah, Venusaur together with Torkoal, it was basically, I don't know on the top of my head, but I think I was like close to the in the draft, like in the snake order. I was like either at the very beginning or I was at the very end of the draft, so I could scoop up Torkoal and Venusaur really quickly. But yeah, Torkoal and Venusaur, it works really well together. Torkoal, of course, being a mon that I have used now for the last half year in the BBL and the MPL, and it's just a mon that works really well for me. I can really use Torkoal offensively if I want to, and I've shown that in the past. And Venusaur, I really needed a good grass type in this team, and with the Chlorophyll, Venusaur can actually hopefully put in a lot of work together with that Rot. So you can like put a Life Orb on the Venusaur and just put the sun up and try to wreck house with that thing. So next up we have Vaporeon. Now, I've never used Vaporeon in Draft League format, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did not use Vaporeon at all. But I needed a good water typing as well to go with like Torkoal and Venusaur to make the core complete. So I really want some bulk in my team. So I saw Vaporeon and I was like, you know what? This could actually work out really well. Wish, Protect, Scald, Toxic. You can do a lot with Vaporeon in that regard. That was the kind of the set that you use most of the time with Vaporeon, but it also gets like a lot of other stuff that maybe I can make it work. I like to experiment with the Pokemon, with the Pokemon that I have to my abilities. So maybe with Vaporeon we can actually do a little bit more than the usual Wish, Protect, Toxic kind of set that you mostly see Vaporeon run. Next up, Goodra. Same with Torkoal. I've used Goodra now for quite a while and I really like that mon, and it's like a mon that you can build defensively but you can also build it offensively, so it gives me a little bit more of a choice to not go all out with the offensive, but if I need to, I can also bring like an Assault Vest Goodra or like a little bit more of a bulky side on Goodra together with a Choice Specs or like Life Orb and put in a lot of work. And I've used Goodra, as I said before, in the past, and it worked out really well for me, so I really wanted to use Goodra again because it's a mon I feel comfortable using with, and that's why I picked it for this team. Now the last two picks of this draft, Klefki and Kyurem, I really didn't plan it out to use both of these Pokemon in this draft, but I think I got sniped in round 7 and round 8 of the draft itself. I can't really remember what I wanted, but I do know that I got sniped in the end. So I thought I wanted a Steel type, and I think I wanted Metagross, and Metagross gets taken, or I did not want to use Metagross again because I've used it a lot in the past, and Metagross with this team wouldn't work really well because I already have like I already have like enough hard-hitting physical Pokemon as it is. So I thought, you know what, let's draft Klefki, because with Prankster we have like an opportunity to, if we need it, bring like spikes on the Klefki and like Thunder Wave and Toxic, and we can actually maybe use Klefki if the matchup is right to, Prankster Thunder Wave or Prankster put up the spikes to actually try to whittle my opponent down. It gives us a good Fairy typing together with Steel typing, which is a good typing combination, but I haven't used Klefki in draft format as well. I've used it back in Auras, I believe, just for shits and giggles, but not in actual draft league format. So I don't know if I get a chance to use Klefki all that much in this tournament, but if there is a matchup where Klefki does work perfectly, I will bring it. And Kyurem, yeah, again, it was not planned, but having an Ice typing is always good. Having it combined with a Dragon type is perfect. And it gave me an option to use a Mon as a Sea Captain that works really well. Kyurem works very well as a Sea Captain because it can hit hard, and with the Sea Crystal on it, it can actually demolish some teams. But it's a very risky Pokemon to use because, Kyurem is kind of like, if not used right, it probably won't do much in Draft League competitive. But, I saw it, I was sniped already, so I was like, you know what, let's try to snoop up Kyurem at the end there, put the Sea Crystal on it as Sea Captain, and maybe it can actually do some work in this tournament. So, as you noticed, we are in pool 54, and our opponents are Dilla, coach of the Morbid Mawils, B-Dog Bears, coach of the Pittsburgh Steelworkers, and Scribbles, coach of the North Park Tapu Tacos. You can see the team on there, two teams with Havlucha, and one of them has the Tapu Bulu. And we see a Zeraora on the North Park Tapu Cocos. We see Victini, Mega Scissor, Keldeo on the Pittsburgh Steelworkers team. Very thick team from the Morbid Maywiles. So funny stuff is we actually are going to battle. I've already done my battles. I should just say that out right now. I'm recording this after I've done all of my battles in this pool itself. And we did do the battles in order of the pool. So we first matched up against Dilla. We done the battle there. Then we done our battle against the B-Dog Bears. And then we did our battle against Scribbles, coach of the North Park Tapo Tacos. And last TTM I participated in, I did all of the pool matches in one video. I thought for this TTM I will do every match in separate videos, because then I can go more in detail. So hopefully upcoming week I will bring you guys match 1 against the Morbid Maywiles. Then after that I will give you guys the match against the Pittsburgh Steelworkers, and after that I will give you guys the match against the North Park Tapo Tacos. And afterwards you will notice if I am through to the next round or if those were the only matches that I had in this TTM Summer Showdown. Question of the day is, like, from the team that I drafted, which Pokemon is your favorite? For me personally, I would say Diggersby, because as I mentioned before with Diggersby in this form of competitive draft league, in an 8-team draft league tournament style, Diggersby works very well, because not a lot of teams really has an answer to Diggersby if it's crept well with speed and choice scarf. And if I can put a choice band on it and surprise my opponent that way, it just wrecks teams. So for my pick as favorite mon that I drafted in this tournament, it has to be Diggersby. And I really like Mega Pinsir as well, and Torkoal and Venus. So I really like the team that I drafted here, apart from Klefki and Kyurem, which was kinda like because I needed to draft a team after I got sniped. But hopefully it can work out well. Let me guys know what you think. You could leave a like, comment, share this video with others, slash the subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that is sincerely appreciated. Again, I will try to bring out the matches as quickly as possible, but I don't really have a schedule for this. So maybe next week on the Tuesday I will upload like the first match of the pool phase, and then the second one maybe 2 days after, and so forward. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in match 1 of pool 54 in the TTM Summer Showdown next week against the Morbid Maywiles. But I'm going to end this video off right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. Bye bye!